Okay, so now we're going to translate written expressions into mathematic expressions, or in some cases, equations. Excuse me. Which, once again, is just getting a story problem and creating your equation. Okay, so let's say, for example, say one number exceeds another by 6, and their sum is 10. Find the two numbers. Okay, so the first thing you always want to do is identify your unknown number. Okay. Your unknown number, we'll just make that x. Or you can pick y, you can pick n, doesn't matter at all. Just most people are pretty used to x, so that's usually the one that most people will pick. Okay. And we also know that the other number is x, and it's exceeded by 6, which means, just a fancy way of saying x plus 6. Okay, so we can just make that x plus 6. Now, you already know whenever you see the word sum, that's just a fancy way of saying add. So you know if their sum is 10, we know that the unknown number plus the number plus 6 is equal to, or 10. I found that just creating that little diagram helps you understand exactly what order to put it in. At least for me, it helps. Either for these, or when they get a little more complicated, those little diagrams come in handy. Okay, so we know that x plus 6 equals 10. Since this is plus, you can kind of treat it as 1 and distribute positive 1. That becomes x plus 6 equals 10. Okay. And we can just combine these 2x values. X plus x, we know that's 2x. So we have 2x plus 6 equals 10. Okay. So we can just subtract 6 from both sides. These two cancel each other out. So you have 2x equals 10 minus 6, which is 4. Divide both sides by 2. You have x equals 2. which is only half of your solution, because remember, you had a number and a number that exceeded it by 6. So we found your x. We still have to find our x plus 6. Okay, so that's just 2 plus 6, since we already solved for x, which is 8. So x equals 2 and x equals 8. Okay. So once you find your answers, all you have to do is say, okay, let me go back, plug it in. 8 exceeds 2 by 6, and you add them together, it's 10. So you can always go back and double check it. All right. So any questions on that one? All right. Oh, anybody else writing? Yep, looks like everybody's done. Okay, so let's say, for example, one number is 3 less than 4 times the smaller number. If the sum of the numbers is 7, find the numbers. Okay, so we get that one when we just kind of break it down little by little. Okay. And just like before, first thing you want to do is get your unknown number. So since both kind of revolve around what they call the smaller number, our smaller unknown number, we'll make that equal x. Okay. Now the part that can get a little bit confusing is the 3 less than 4 times the smaller number. Okay. So we get that one sentence and we kind of chip away at it. So 4 times the smaller number we just make that 4x. Now 3 less than 4 times the smaller number, you have your 4 times the smaller number. 3 less than that would just be 4x minus 3. Remember, whenever you see less than, you're going to automatically think subtract. If you saw more